What we can't allow, of course, is for these peace negotiations to go on in Turkey, and in the, the fervour of trying to strike a peace deal, we get to shield him from prosecution. It simply can't be allowed to happen, can it?
No, it can't. And look, the thing that makes it so difficult here in Australia to really have a good assessment of what's going on over there is that the Russian economy, the Russian community, the Russian state has been so separated from the rest of the world pretty much since 1917. But even before that, it was as well. I had the fortune to be there about 10 years ago on a political business tour. And, we often in Australia relate to America and think America's, thinks it's the only place in the world and dominates the way we think. But the Russians have that view of the world themselves. And, speaking to some Russian people just in the last few weeks, there is no news like we're seeing here in Australia. The Russian people are being told they're fighting Nazis in the Ukraine. They're being told, as always, that Putin knows everything, does everything, controls everything. And there's just not a culture of rebellion there. And that's what I fear, that the vacuum that a Putin would leave could be equally as unknown and potentially as dangerous.
But I was reading some of what Peter Lee had to say today, and it's shocking, or a shock to these former military leaders in other countries, to see how meek and defeatable the might of the Russian army was through this period, and a reflection of how passionate and determined the Ukrainian people were.
Do you know, I have a friend who's Ukrainian, and he said at the age of 15, boys and girls at school all had to know how to, an AK-40, is it? An
AK-47.
Dismantle and assemble and use an AK-40. That was from the age of 15. They've had this brainwashed into them to fight, to have pride in your country and protect it at all costs. The Russian people, this was inflicted on them. They have to believe what he's saying. There's no buy-in from them. They're clearly, and the general who's in charge of it is obviously doing a terrible job and lying to Putin. And that's the worry when he finds out that he's going to, have doo-doo all over his face in the eyes of the world. He's going to really retaliate.
Yeah, internal ructions within the Kremlin.